The Dance of Dragons, a true telling by Grandmaster Munkin, being a history of the war of Targaryen succession between the Princess Rhaenyra and Aegon, second of his name, that nearly destroyed the realm.
Scene that has to be one of the most heartbreaking moments in all of Game of Thrones, Shireen Baratheon describes what happens in House of the Dragon as her father Stannis listens right before he has her burned alive at the stake by Melisandre. As some of you already know, House of the Dragon is about to shift its focus on Rhaenyra Targaryen and her half-brother Aegon as they fight over the Iron Throne. When House of the Dragon began, we saw Viserys name his daughter Rhaenyra as his heir at the very end of the first episode. It was largely due to the fact that Viserys wasn't able to have a son of his own. Over the next few episodes, Viserys stood by his daughter, making sure she remained his heir for the Iron Throne, regardless if there were others in his ear telling him that he should do otherwise. As of right now, no woman has ever ascended the Iron Throne, and if it were up to most of the High Lords of Westeros, it would stay that way forever.
If you'd had to choose between Rhaenyra and Aegon, who would you have chosen?
I wouldn't have chosen either. It's all the choosing sides that made everything so horrible.
Viserys and his daughter Rhaenyra want to be the first ones who break that standard. Unfortunately, Viserys' circumstances had a major effect on his line of succession. Now, because Viserys was still considered a young man, he remarried, and as you all know, he married his daughter's best friend Alicent Hightower. They immediately began having sons, giving Westeros a new reason to start standing behind someone else. Now that Viserys has a male heir with his firstborn son, almost everyone who once swore fealty to Rhaenyra now see Aegon as their savior. As you all know, Rhaenyra still believes the Iron Throne is rightfully hers, and she will not stand aside just because her father now has a son. Like we hear Shireen say in that scene, this will lead to the downfall of House Targaryen.
Both of them thought they belonged on the Iron Throne. When people started declaring for one of them or the other, their fight divided the kingdoms in two. Brothers fought brothers. Dragons fought dragons. By the time it was over, thousands were dead. And it was a disaster for the Targaryens as well. They never truly recovered.
As Rhaenyra and Aegon fight over the Iron Throne, we will see the mighty House of the Dragon nearly lose everything. Neither Rhaenyra nor Aegon will want to give up their claim to the Iron Throne, resulting in the demise of almost every single Targaryen as well as their dragon. Once considered the greatest house in Westeros, the Dance of the Dragons will see House Targaryen have an incredible fall from grace. The House of the Dragon will never be the same again. Over the next few seasons, we will see 17 different dragons reign over the skies of Westeros, showing us how fierce House Targaryen once was. The devastating effects of the Dance of the Dragons will be felt all the way up to the Game of Thrones when Daenerys Targaryen is born into a family that no longer has any dragons at all.
What are you reading?
The Dance of Dragons.
What's it about?
It's the story of the fight between Rhaenyra Targaryen and her half-brother Aegon for control of the Seven Kingdoms.
The Dance of the Dragons. A stupid name for a Targaryen civil war where my ancestors danced away my birthright. Before the war, House Targaryen counted 18 dragons. By the end, we had 2, and nearly as few Targaryens. We would never be as powerful or as feared again.